Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Laser Lion podcast. I am Philip Shuck.
I'm Trevor Cruz.
And I'm Travis Ingram.
Hope you're having a great day. Maybe on your morning commute. Maybe on your lunch break.
Maybe you're on the toilet.
Maybe you're on the toilet. Listening in. Yeah. You can hear us. Can we hear you? What'd you guys have for lunch today?
We did ChickfilA today. We went early.
Very early lunch.
Left at like 10:40.
Yeah.
Beat the crowd.
Yeah, we beat the crowd. These two, Phil and Travis, had to move their car because of the meter guy. He's a real Nazi around here, so.
I have a meter guy he's in for blood. He's out for blood. He's trying to get me. He marks my tire every day. So apparently you're only allowed to spend 2 hours downtown. Then you have to leave downtown for 2 hours before you can park anywhere in downtown again. Do you guys know about that, listeners? It sounds bizarre.
Hashtag us in the comments if you've experienced this before.
Yeah, notes, show notes below.
If you feed the meter over 2 hours, you'll get a ticket. You are subject to a ticket.
They need to get all the traffic going in and out because all the people that are constantly stopping in for just 2 hours.
Yeah, coming down to do their banking and stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bullshit.
Because there's always empty spots. Maybe not in the prime areas, but the 2 streets over, Jefferson, there's always spots.
Yeah.
Do you remember that parking garage he mentioned, though? It is really cool.
So go ahead and tell the listeners what he said.
I wasn't over there. I just kind of hung back. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, he was saying that there's a parking garage that we can use. It's on Washington.
Okay.
And it's actually, I've never been in there, but it's pretty cool because it's just like...
Is it the one
we can see it
across from the little police station there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's covered, it's nice, and it's just like meters. So they're just parking spots with meters in front of them. Oh. And it's $1 an hour.
And that's unlimited.
Yeah.
It's
that's
not
great.
subject to just the 2 hours.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. I mean, going in there, like, this is
Can you stockpile it, or do you have to feed it?
You can do 21 hours. As when I was there yesterday, it said 21 hours max.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool.
And then I could have just probably gone back and paid more.
Nice. Good to know.
I'm going to try that next time.
Yeah, it's very convenient. No one was there. I parked right on the front.
That's awesome.
Seems like a hidden gem, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
I got to try that next time because this guy, he's recognized my car. He marks my tires every time. He's riding around his bike like a shark.
Plus you talked to him, so, now he knows.
Yeah, we spoke to him. We walked out there and there was chalk on my tires. I was like, what is this about? Explained.
Explain yourself, sir.
Yeah. Only be in downtown for 2 hours. We don't want anyone, doing too much business. We don't want the businesses to get too much money.
Right. Yeah.
So, I had the 12 count.
I did the 8 count. I joined you in the nugget.
Yeah.
And I did the number 1.
Something that's kind of funny is we've talked about Chick-fil-A before on here, and a couple of things are kind of funny about Chick-fil-A that we
not a sponsored ad, by the way.
No, yeah.
This is not sponsored by Chick-fil-A.
I wish, man, that'd be great. We'd have nugget platter in here.
Oh yeah, every
day.
Day.
Podcast. But
400-pound podcast.
There's some. We're regulars at the Chick-fil-A that we go to, and so people recognize us. One of our guy who gives us refills, his name is Jeremy, and he gave us refills today.
He's a great character. He's got like a bowl cut.
Yeah.
And he's very overzealous. He's very, excited to see you. Oh, hello. Can I get a refill?
Yeah. Hey, guys, how's it going?
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's really nice. And then speaking of really nice, there's another guy there who's like insanely nice, and we've talked about him before, I think, on the show.
Yeah, this is the guy who's nice, so nice it's off-putting.
Yeah. Well, he was there today because there's been this ongoing debate about his name, which Travis said that his name was Chard, Chard.
And we were like, that cannot be.
Yeah, we were just in disbelief the whole time, and he every time we had gone there, it's been a while since we've seen him. So
I don't know where he was. We speculated maybe he's like opening up his own store or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so we saw him today. He was there. And we got visual confirmation of his name. And his name is indeed 100% Chard.
I was
maybe it's
shocked.
Pronounced differently. Maybe if anybody else out there named Chard is listening and wants to chime in, Chard.
It's Chard.
Chard, yeah.
We're
Or maybe it
sold
was
out
Chad
Chard
with a
license
silent
plates.
R.
Chad with a silent R.
I don't know. But
Chard. It's like Swiss chard.
Swiss Chard, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
All
was
right.
his last name?
Well, I was
Phoebe.
going to say,
His last
should we
name-
bring up the last name? Because we didn't want to oust him too bad. But
Yeah, well, I just said it. We can bleep it. Let's just bring it up and talk about it, and we'll decide later.
yeah, because Trevor pointed out, he said, look, his name really is Chard. And then I looked at the tag, and then I was like, wait, his last name is Phoebe.
Chard Phoebe. That
Maybe Feb?
Can't make this up, people. Can't make it up.
Phebe. So it's not spelled exactly like Phoebe.
Yeah.
Doesn't Phoebe have like an O-E?
Yeah.
So it might be like Feb, Chad Feb, or
Chad
something.
Feb. Or Phoebe.
Or Phoebe.
Chad
Yeah,
Phoebe.
Chad Phoebe.
Chard Phoebe.
Chard
Chard
Phoebe.
Chard
Or
Phoebe.
Chard Phoebe.
Chard.
Either way.
I'll have the Chard Phoebe, please.
I'll have a side of the Chard Phoebe.
What's your special tonight, sir?
We have a succulent Chard Phoebe
Chard
with
brisket,
a
chard feed.
with a Chard Phoebe au jus sauce. Little slide whistle for you there.
Yeah, slide whistle for the Chard Phoebe. Hey now.
He's the one who's like, hi,
Yeah.
look at the order.
Oh, man. He was a little toned down today, though.
Oh,
He
was.
was dealing with the state troopers today. That's the other thing
Yeah.
is, I don't know how it is for everyone else's Chick-fil-A, but the one we go to, it's just crawling with cops. Cops and state troopers. They love
Hashtag
it.
us in the comments if your Chick-fil-A's are overrun with state troopers.
We go to the one on Bumby and Colonial.
Yeah.
Here in Orlando, and it's just every day. Like we've been at different days of the week, and it's always just crawling with them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Man, what's going on around here?
You know what we say? It's the new donut shop,
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Except the saying goes, or like the story behind the legend is that cops used to hang out at donut shops because they were open like 24 hours a day or something, like open really late.
Oh.
So it was like a misconception, or it's the only place to hang out. So you can't hang out at Chick-fil-A late, but
No, or you can't.
they're
hang out
always
on
there
Sundays.
at lunchtime too. They don't
Yeah.
got.
I mean, if you
there's
ever
no
want to
police
commit
work
a crime,
to do at lunchtime. Do it at lunch.
Is Chick-fil-A
Around
giving
Chick-fil-A.
out free food to cops? What's going on around
they
here?
probably do.
Probably
Yeah, getting
On
that
it.
cop discount.
Yeah.
free drinks.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Oh, the other thing that's funny about the Chick-fil-A, which is this is most Chick-fil-A's, is the drive-thru is clearly priority there. There's no safe way to walk into a Chick-fil-A.
No.
The drive-through is like a moat around a castle that
Yeah.
that bars entry from the pedestrian.
Yeah, barrier to entry.
There's
Drive-thru.
no good way. You have to go through traffic to get to the door.
Yep.
It's all a big mess. And you go
Yeah.
in what I consider the main door, and
Oh yeah, the queue.
and the line queue is completely set up for like not even the door. It's like set up maybe for that secondary door.
But that's the door that's dangerous.
'Cause
More
that's-
dangerous for the drive-through.
Yeah, because it's right as the drive-through exit. So
Yep.
the cars are all driving by, and
Not
there's
paying
no parking
attention.
over there. You naturally tend to walk up, I feel like, on the other side. Yeah, it's bizarre.
Very.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Just another, offenses on the long list of Chick-fil-A's offenses to society.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised I still enjoy it.
But that chicken, though.
It's so
Yeah.
good. I mean, you can't. And what I love too
Yum.
is like, I think there's a maybe this is wrong, but I think people think that Chick-fil-A is healthier because it's like chicken. They just go,
No,
oh yeah.
I know. I
you
think
know?
it's like a dad thing or like a
It's like-
mom thing.
It's not.
My
You're
dad's
eating
like-
fried chicken and fried potatoes.
My
Like-
dad's like, I'm trying to, let's get Chick-fil-A.
Trying to get healthy here,
He'll get a meal and then he'll get a sandwich to go after
Yeah.
we eat.
Chick-fil-A's brainwashed
Sorry, Dad.
everybody for some reason into thinking that.
I mean, I guess it's better. It might be better. I mean, chicken is better than red meat, I think. And
Yeah.
so that goes into their head. But it's still fried and bread and
Big sodas and
fried
yeah.
potatoes.
You can get all the awful things that any other fast food place has.
Mm-hmm.
they've managed to disguise themselves well.
Yeah.
Whereas like McDonald's, no more supersize, but somehow that made it into the spotlight. Someone should call out Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they should. Maybe we can.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that though.
But
they take it away from us.
Yeah.
You can just order 2 drinks for yourself or get free refills. It's like,
it's all up to
I
the
don't know
individual.
that, in the land of the free, we should be determining what size drink you're allowed to order.
I agree.
Yep.
As long as you're not like throwing away giant foam cups by the thousands.
Or maybe like it should be over 18. You can't get the supersize unless you're 18 or over.
Yeah.
So the consequences of your actions that you're doing. You don't sell a supersized drink to like a 5-year-old who walks in after daycare.
Parental guidance when drinking.
Give me the supersize. But you know what they do is they're sweet teas. It's $1 for any size.
Really?
So it's like you just give me the large.
At Chick-fil-A?
No, at McDonald's. Remember we talking about McDonald's?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Wait, their Cokes are right now too.
Know that?
Really?
They were $1 any size Coke.
Yeah, they have $1 any size sweet tea.
All right.
This is by the way, this is episode 11.
Yes.
Last episode we thought was 9.
We had been building up to episode 10. We're like, we're gonna figure this stuff out. We're gonna, try it out, iron out all the kinks, and by episode 10, maybe we'll post them all.
Yeah. So,
we hit that mile mark without even realizing it.
We blew right past it.
Now we're at 11.
Blew the doors right off it. So, welcome to episode 11, everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, is it time yet?
Sure. I think so. Speaking of drinks and refills and sizes.
Yeah, I think it's. Want
to do the honors?
Miller time.
Welcome to Miller Time.
I got some Miller time here.
This is the segment where we talk about the actor T.J. Miller. He's more than an actor. He's more than a man. He's an icon. Brought to you by Miller Lite today.
Yeah.
Or Miller High Life, the champagne of beers.
Oh, yeah.
Ready, boys?
Shall we?
3, 2. Cheers. And welcome to Miller Time.
Hey, look. How'd I get a High Life?
Oh, yeah, there's another one in there, too.
There was 2 more left in there. It's a taste of cold dog water.
Mm-hmm.
So, Trevor, you have some
TJ
Miller time for us?
TJ Miller apparently sat down and did an interview with Men's Health. You can go to their website, menshealth.com, or just Google TJ Miller in the news. It should be the first thing that comes up.
On what not to do.
Yeah. TJ Miller on Silicon Valley, Gwyneth Paltrow, and why he's selling a new fragrance called Toddler Body.
Oh, my goodness.
I scrolled down quickly at the bottom here, and he said, when asked what does it smell like, let's see here. Wait, I don't know. He says here, but what do they smell like? You have to pay the $90 to find out. So apparently, are we talking $90 for his fragrance, for a bottle of his fragrance, Toddler Body?
They don't give out samples?
They might. I'm sure they will. Yeah.
If you walk in.
Yeah. So apparently that's a thing.
Where can we buy it?
I don't know exactly. Let's see here. They asked him in the interview why the baller look. He said, in high school everyone wanted to be a rapper, so I started dressing pretty gangster. It was so funny for this theater kid who's in The Music Man to trade one costume for another, an elegant gangster, as my wife calls me.
I didn't know he dressed gangster.
And they said that satire seems to extend to your whole lifestyle website. He said Gwyneth Paltrow has Goop. We have ironicluxury.com. My wife Kate and I sell fragrances called Warm Urine, Toddler Body, and Wet Garbage. I really like Boozy Brunch, which smells like irresponsibility. We've only sold 2 bottles, and we've yet to deliver those.
Wow, he's just hawking schlock all over the place.
That's part of the experience. I show up years later at your doorstep, kiss your mother on the cheek, and deliver them. That's kind of funny.
If he really does that, that's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a bunch of questions in here. They ask him about Silicon Valley and kind of comparing Silicon Valley to Hollywood and things like that.
You should go try to buy some of his fragrance.
Yeah, he said that people have come up to him before and said that I'm literally your character in real life in Silicon Valley, and his response to that is that's ridiculous because you're that character's a blowhard and he's arrogant and whatever. So, but yeah, go check it out.
Self-diagnosed.
Yeah, go.
Erlich Bachman's out there.
Yeah.
Erlich.
So yeah, that was Miller time.
That's Miller time.
The song ended at a really good moment.
Cheers to Miller time.
Miller time. What else we got? That movie Mother comes out this week. If we want to talk about movies, Darren Aronofsky's new film.
Darren Aronofsky. He's a director. I think we all like. He's had some missteps.
We have,
but I'm definitely excited for Mother.
Yeah,
came out today.
This would be a perfect time to bring in the Daring Aronofsky thing if we ever got that off the ground.
Yeah, let's just wheel it out. Yeah. We came up with this concept called Daring Aronofsky, like a website or a Twitter handle. Hashtag Daring Aronofsky. And so let's think of a dare for Darren Aronofsky. Oh, yeah. Darren, I dare you to get hair plugs because you're going bald.
Poor guy.
Not that that's a bad thing. He looks kind of rough though.
Oh yeah, I saw a picture of him on set.
He looks like he hasn't slept in months.
You know who looked rough and then got hair plugs?
George Costanza?
Elon Musk.
Oh, he got hair plugs?
I didn't know that. He looks weird. He looks like a textbook nerd
before
that would
and
get
after.
beat up. Before.
So he looks better
now,
after?
Oh, he looks
the way we know
better.
him now, he has hair plugs.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Look at the before. He looks like kind of a freak.
Plugs.
Hashtag us in the comments if you are bald, going bald, or if you have hair plugs. How you felt about your baldness or your plugs. Was it a good experience? Was it a bad experience?
Brother.
Wow.
Where art thou?
You find
Where art thou, hair?
Are you sure he's got plugs or sometimes
no,
you just have a bad day? Wow.
You can really tell.
Oh, wow.
He looks much better.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got
hair
all that
club
money.
For men.
You could get a great head of hair,
That was probably when he was busting his ass at PayPal.
I'm definitely receding,
Yeah.
I think,
I've got a wicked widow's peak going on. But I don't really mind it.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
No.
It kind of you have the defined hair in front.
I think it's just natural for everyone.
Yeah.
What if people's hair was started here?
At the eyebrow?
Yeah.
It would give us more time for it to recede.
Yeah.
We'd have hairy foreheads.
Yeah. Once certain ages you get, it recedes a little bit maybe.
Yeah. You could tell
puberty,
your age.
it comes down to your eyebrows.
Yeah. All the teenagers are shaving their foreheads, it's hot.
Yeah.
Getting it waxed.
You've seen those werewolf men who literally have hair all over their face and they think the Legend of Beauty and the Beast was actually somebody who had that condition.
That makes sense.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah. Beauty and
Whoa, look at Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser's looking rough.
Buzz's girlfriend.
Yeah. Wait a minute. This was early 2000s, and now he's back in action, looking good again. 2015.
Well, they have all those products. It looks like he has hair dye and probably they have that spray.
Yeah.
Spray on your hair and it paints your scalp.
Mm-hmm.
We're not trying to make fun of bald people though, but it's just interesting.
Hairspray, literally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, spray on hair. But okay, here's can relate to that. Remember when we made that music video with Caleb?
Yeah.
And I was actually a character, a supporting character, and I was a mad scientist. And so I got my hair all done up. I got my mad scientist jacket on, and then the hair and makeup lady, her name's Irene. Shout out Irene. She started doing my makeup on my beard and filling in my little patches and filling in the little thing where under my lip that connects to my chin, and it looked way better. It looked really cool.
That's funny. Yeah,
it looked good on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of production stuff, Travis and I went to Austin, Texas.
Oh yeah.
And we did a little Golf Channel shoot. Flew drone for him. That was cool. Did the Swing 360. this guy's backyard was like complete. It was basically a big tribute to like a bunch of different famous golf holes, and it was all AstroTurf. He's like a really famous like short game guru, but the entire backyard, the whole thing. I mean, some of it looked pretty convincing, but it looked like, I mean, it was all AstroTurf. He had like if you're a golfer, he had like the 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass was like the centerpiece of his backyard.
Like a recreation.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's like
it looked like a trainer's facility.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. So that was fun. We did that right before Hurricane Irma came and paid us.
I was going to say, did y'all get to explore Texas at all? Did you see any remnants of Hurricane?
Austin didn't get hit very bad.
Harvey?
Yeah, Austin didn't really get hit very bad. We asked people. We talked to a few different bartenders and stuff, and they said, yeah, it wasn't that bad. And we didn't really explore too much because we got there, we got off the plane, we went straight there, had to film some beauties. We also had to film some golf course. Oh, I don't have my rim shot, damn it. And then we went and met your buddy and our buddy,
Tom McCarthy.
And so we saw him at, we went to this place called the Easy Tiger, which is like a beer garden there in town. It was actually pretty cool. It was nice. And then we went to the Jackalope, which was like, basically we left that, they said goodbye and left. And so like Travis and I like went and just kind of wanted to go poke around a little bit. And so we went to this bar called the Jackalope, and they have like a horse-sized jackalope statue in the middle of the bar. And
what's a jackalope?
Jackalope is it's like the mythical desert creature that has, it's a rabbit, like a jackrabbit that has like antelope.
Oh, right.
Horns.
I knew I saw that somewhere.
I think they even do they talk about it in Hey Dude? Or they call it a jackrabbit. Watch out for the man-eating jackrabbit in Hey Dude. Like the theme song.
There's a episode of The Simpsons where they sell things. There's like a yard sale going on. Maybe y'all have seen it. It's like where there's a time travel. And this is completely unrelated.
I just watched the Treehouse of Horrors one where he time travels with the toaster.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But it's like the Chief Wiggum is selling, like there's like a magician show, like a carnival, and Lisa goes to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller like shows her like her life. And like Bart's old and he's doing construction.
Yeah.
And then like I just remember at the fair there where the fortune teller is, the police chief is selling like, look, behold, the magical beast Equilax or something. and it's like supposed to be like a jackalope, but he's like, the magical like jackalope born with the body of a rabbit and the head of a rabbit. Or something like that. And it's just a rabbit.
Yeah.
But
that's funny.
Yeah, people like certain like taxidermists will make it like take a dead rabbit and take some antlers and
fawn antlers.
Make one.
I don't like
That's
that
funny.
idea of taxidermy. It's weird.
It is strange, yeah. It's an interesting art form.
Yeah, it's strange. How do you get into that?
Yeah.
Taxidermy my mom.
Literally into the animals.
Yeah.
Like Norman Bates.
Yeah, why are you allowed to taxidermy?
Why can't
animals?
you taxidermy people?
Yeah.
Because like what if there could be a whole museum of famous dead people.
Can you literally not? I mean, hashtag us in the comments if anybody knows.
Yeah.
Because they had that like human body exhibit or whatever. What was it called?
Mm-hmm.
Bodies or something.
Bodies, I think. Yeah.
Those are real people.
Yeah.
Real things.
Yeah.
So
That's weird.
Well, they were all sourced
you gotta
from
probably
like
get some
Asian
license,
countries too, which was weird.
Yeah, they were all. Yeah, you could tell.
Bizarre.
Even without the skin.
Yeah.
They say, race is only skin deep. But you can tell, even from the veins, that it was an Asian man.
Yeah, those look like Asian veins, Asian bones.
It looks like Asian muscle. That's definitely an Asian muscular structure on the face there. So you guys came.
Yeah. So
you guys went to visit a recently hurricane wrecked havoc city, and then flew home to a soon-to-be havoc city and state.
Yep.
From Harvey to Irma, with love.
Yeah, we got. I mean, we didn't get hit as hard as some people, obviously, but it was. I mean, it came into Orlando as a Category 2, like a low category 2, and it was pretty rough.
It was pretty rough, and
windy.
it was days. I felt like it was like 5 days of forecast where you're like, it's a little to the east, it's a little to the west, it's gonna hit Miami, it's gonna hit Tampa, it's gonna come back. Yeah. So much.
It's like not until a few hours before it hits you do you know. All right, it's gonna hit us.
Coming to Orlando.
Yep.
Just put a big cone over Florida and be like, everybody get out of there.
Yeah.
On the coast.
Yeah.
But Orlando's in a good spot. We don't have any. I kept telling everybody who was worried about me calling in. We don't have any rivers. We don't have any beaches. Right in the middle.
We're a big parking garage.
We're not going to flood. Worst thing that's going to happen is maybe a tree's going to go through your house.
Like there was some flooding in Altamont, but it was just like mainly that Cranes Roost Lake.
Yeah, it's usually it's going to be like if you're near a lake. We do have lakes, but
But yeah, it was pretty minimal.
It didn't even rain that much.
It didn't rain much.
No,
it was like
just a lot of down trees.
But the trees were like swaying and cracking, and all the power. You could see the power boxes exploding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, I think I got my power back on just a few hours ago.
How long have you had it out?
Yet to experience it.
Monday.
Right?
So it's been out since Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It went out. It didn't go out Sunday night.
Went out very early Monday morning.
Okay.
So like 2 a.m.
I think Andy still got the record.
Yeah.
Me and Kelly stayed at our friend Andy's house. It went off at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's Friday now, and it's still not on.
Really?
And it's never been on.
Wow.
They haven't even addressed the trees in his neighborhood.
Because ours went out Sunday night at 9:30, and we're not far from Andy. We're like we're in the neighborhood across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And ours came on, was that Wednesday? Does that sound right? Yeah, because ours came on, no.
Did you have it last night?
I think yours came on the same day as me, Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it did too. Yeah, it did. Yeah, so it was Wednesday. Yeah, ours came on. But we went, a friend of ours never lost power, and so we spent the night, like 2 nights there at their house. But
my power came on 2 nights ago. We got to have a warm shower that night. And then, I was in work all day. We came home last night. We were watching some TV. And a rainstorm started coming through, another thunderstorm. And this loud, explosive crack, sounded like our house got struck by lightning. I think it was like the box exploding or something. But I feel like maybe a lightning bolt hit close. I don't know. And the whole street went dark. That was so annoying. I had to sleep in the heat last night again.
That sucks. I thought we were going to lose power. Our power flickered when that storm came through last night. And it turned off, I think, for a second and then came back on. I was
like, already?
Yeah.
What is that flickering? Is that like someone else's power blowing up?
Yeah, right.
And
it's like,
whoops. All right, turn your grid back on.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We need to all get on
it's
separate.
Like the cable whipping.
Yeah. I'm ready for the solar power wall setup, where it's just losing power. It's so archaic. I feel like we should, at this point, we should have solved that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't lose power.
It's interesting because I was just reading about the power and the electrical grid,
mm-hmm.
and it's probably the most important thing that someone could have control over.
Oh yeah, I believe.
Because you can take with now they have smart meters and all this stuff. You can just know what someone's house is doing. Mm-hmm. So if you're the government, you can just spy on their electrical usage and be like,
this guy's got a grow farm.
Yeah,
his
what's going on
is
there?
way up.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's if you have access to that information, which they're going to make it all digital and smart with these smart meters.
Mm-hmm.
It's they'll just be able to read who's using what are they doing.
Right.
And it's going to be very invasive because you have to be on the grid.
If you're not doing if you don't have anything to hide, you shouldn't care.
Yeah, man.
What do you got to hide? I mean, if you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, guys? Hashtag us in the comments if you agree.
I do agree. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No,
I hate that. I hate that you have to be on the grid. It's like slavery of some kind. If I buy, solar panels, I should be able to fucking turn my power off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing is I was talking to...
it's like Kramer not wanting mail.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you want the mail? What are you saying?
Does this thing even work? Nope, this button doesn't even work. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he works for an insurance company, and they do like homeowners insurance policies and stuff like that. And I was like, what's the deal with homeowners insurance and like the solar panels and stuff like that? And he's like, oh, we don't insure them because, well, like the only way they would get insured is, well, first of all, you don't own the solar panels. Somebody else does, which is the big issue. And so like
that whole thing's fucked up.
And so they were like, basically it's like the people who own, Solar City or like the power company who own the solar panels, that's who would get them insured. So it's like they don't insure them through the homeowner.
It's insane. The way you do it with that way through the power company, you pay them to come and install their property on your property for free. Except you pay them to do it. They're getting the use of your property.
Yep.
And you're paying them. They're being paid to put their property on your house, and then they get to take all the power. You like quote unquote sell it back to them, but you never don't have a bill. If your house is in a great spot and you have a ton of sun and you have more than enough energy, no, you still got to pay something.
That's like if you get the power wall, can you? I wonder if you like.
Because they probably charge you for selling it all to them and then feeding it back to you. It doesn't feed right into your home.
I wonder if you got like the power wall, and if you could somehow flip the breaker, like the feeder that goes to the like meter, the main power. So it's like, oh, the power wall will give your house power for a week. So it's like, oh, it's charged up, and then you just flip it off and let the power wall run, because you have it stored up. But I'm sure there's probably I'm sure it doesn't work that way.
Probably legal mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
It would be cool. Everyone should just...
The whole thing's dumb.
Just trying to keep everyone down. Yeah. They always say we're the land of the free, but they stall everything so they can make enough laws to keep everybody down and the other people on top.
Yep. Yeah.
It'd be cool if it was more of like community based, like, hey, I got some solar panels. Hey, so do I.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just share the power.
Yeah. It's like, during a storm or something like that, it's like maybe the house next to you doesn't get as much sun, but it's like, oh, I do. So here, you can have a little of mine.
Yep. It's like just reroute it. Like that's what I was reading. That's what they want to do with.
Yeah.
And in the future, that's the plan: is install all these smart meters and then allow people to get solar, and then it'll just be very easy to redirect the power.
Yeah.
From one place to the other, but you still have to be on the grid.
Right.
Because obviously that's
it's
how the
just
power
funny,
moves.
like because we have all these like power lines. You're running. It's like running cords from a main big station, just out to like all these different. It's like this seems so weird.
I know, and when that thunderstorm came through and our power went off again, I was like, well, what did they do? They probably hooked up a bunch of cheap. It's like they just ran a bunch of extension cords everywhere, plugging them end to end, and just like hoping for the best.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, it's
no disrespect to those guys, but they probably just did like a fucking rush job,
No, I'm sure because they probably get. I don't wonder how it works because are they getting paid by the state? Is that like the FEMA money going to those guys, or
maybe
the utility companies paying them?
I was wondering because. Our power went off and we went to go drive around and charge our phones. We actually saw a car, a truck. And their windows were open. So on our window, we pulled up to a stoplight and was like, hey guys, how's it going? I was like, actually our power just blew. I don't know if it showed up on your... He's like, we just ended a 17-hour day. We're going home. But anyway, it just got me wondering. I was like, are they contract workers? Do they, when the people come from out of state or whatever, like, can they work as long as they want, or do they have like a certain? Are they given a schedule?
Yeah.
Or if they wanted to, could they have come and fixed it and logged the hours? Or just made me wonder
cool
how
if like you could own like a fleet of power trucks and then you just rent them out to people who are like certified and know how to use them. And then you just own the trucks and maintain them, and then if anybody needs them,
that's how tow trucks work.
Oh, really?
Tow truck companies, yeah.
Yeah.
Like all those drivers are they're just like renting or leasing the truck from the guy who owns the trucks.
We should do that.
And they just get paid like an hourly.
Not tow trucks though, because tow trucks are the worst.
Yeah.
I think it's the same as like taxi cabs too, right?
Yeah,
it's
I think so. Yeah.
Somebody owns all the cabs and you just come in and drive. But I think to a certain extent you can kind of work as long as you want, as long as maybe somebody else doesn't need the car. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of like hustle, work all night.
I wonder how much money like a taxi driver makes. Is it garbage? Is it good?
I'm gonna look it up.
I feel like they're like.
It maybe it's like how much you hustle,
Yeah.
The same as like barbershop chairs, Somebody owns all the chairs and you fucking rent the chair.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. It's like you should get a job. They should hire you to work at their barbershop or their, hair salon.
According to this,
rent the chair.
It's pretty low. It's like $22,000.
Damn.
But the thing that they say is hard is like they're not taking into account like cash tips. So
That's not too bad, I guess. But
yeah, seems low.
No, yeah,
Seems
especially
kinda
like in
shitty.
New York. Where do those taxi drivers live?
Yeah,
I always wondered that. Where do
I
these
know.
guys live? They look like they're semi-homeless driving taxis around.
Rent-controlled buildings. Probably.
Yeah.
I don't
Is
know.
that a thing? Rent-controlled?
I think so.
I know. I was always,
Where's that here?
You see it. Yeah, you hear about it.
Hey, we
First
don't
time I heard
need
about
it
it was
here.
Friends. Like Monica lived in a rent control apartment when the old lady died.
It's just like a store. They just made that up for TV, so they didn't have to explain what these characters really did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I always watch You've Got Mail. I have it on VHS. I watch it sometimes, fall asleep a lot actually, and it's always so funny. It's so dated now, like they're coming in, they're like talking about chatting online. They work in a bookstore, and this one guy comes in and they're like, "Are you online?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." And then they're talking about rent at one point, going back to the rent thing. Like, how much do you pay in rent? He's like, $450 a month. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where? What year is it? Where are you living?
Yeah.
$450 a month, and you're just like kind of like dressed nice, working in a nice little bookstore. It's either dated, it's like a historical document, or it's just Hollywood fake.
Yep.
$450 a month.
What fantasy world do you live in?
Yeah.
I think they were talking about. I think he had a rent control apartment too, though. So maybe that's what it was. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag us in the comments if you live in New York. If you have a rent control apartment, let us know. What's it like?
I'll make some show notes.
Download the show notes at shownotes.com.
The show notes.
Yep.
Show notes.
Shout notes.
Faux shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times. I saw it.
Oh, how was it?
It was okay.
What was it?
Was it good?
It wasn't bad. I'm gonna look it up real quick and see what the Rotten Tomatoes rating is, because I thought it was. Oh, it's gone down. Okay, so like when it initially came out, it was at like a 90%. It's gone down to 85%. I would probably give it like a 6.5, maybe.
Out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10.
Should you give like a 65 Rotten Tomato score?
Yeah. So like I guess my biggest qualm with it is just like with anything else, it's like putting a twist on an old thing, like or taking an old thing and making it cool, or something. And it's like it doesn't, but then it just like backfires and doesn't quite work. Like I don't think this Pennywise the clown was very scary. And like one of the things I thought was annoying is like every time it would like run at a kid, it would do this thing where it would like shake a bunch. And I was like, this isn't scary. And he kind of looked like a Victorian like child's doll or something. Like he didn't look to me like Tim Curry as Pennywise. He looks like a fucking serial killer. He looks like John Wayne Gacy, and like he was way more terrifying than this one. And like there were certain things that are supposed to be like scary, and it just, I don't know, it just wasn't.
Was he the basis for that movie?
What?
John Wayne Gacy? Because didn't he dress up as a clown?
Yeah, he was. He was the clown killer.
He was the most famous clown killer.
Yeah, yeah. He was like
he started it all.
Closeted.
They all look up to him. All the clown killers.
Yeah.
He was the first.
He was it.
John Wayne, they say.
In my day.
John Wayne. Good thing they always remember to include that Gacy.
Yeah, don't forget to add the Gacy on there.
The Gacy. Don't you disrespect the Duke like that.
That'll be the day.
Who's else's dad loved John Wayne movies?
My grandpa
one of Ashley's,
really
shout out
loves
to Monique, Ashley's good friend, good childhood
hey,
friend.
Monique.
What up, Monique? Her dad loves John Wayne.
My dad loves John Wayne.
I remember hearing about John Wayne, and then my first exposure to him might have been in like a film class in high school.
Yeah. He came in and tore his pants off.
Yeah, he did,
He like kind of slap a woman around.
Yeah.
Get it together, lady.
And I was like, all right. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. I thought he was just overrated. I was like, this guy's just overrated. Sorry for all this John Wayne.
I thought that at first too for a long time, especially as a kid. I'm like, I can't even fucking sit through this movie, Mm-hmm. But as I got older and watched, watch The Searchers and stuff like that, I'm like, I love The Searchers.
The Searchers is good.
And I'll just say this. I can see why people thought he was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Especially now. Like, he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Or, especially for that era.
Yeah.
Now, he would be chewed apart and spit out. On the internet, he'd be killed.
Yeah.
Especially, he did like a movie where he played Genghis Khan. Have you seen that?
No.
Have you look that up? John Wayne as Genghis Khan.
John Wayne Genghis.
John Wayne Genghis. Man, and I've never seen the movie, but I've seen, highlights in different documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
And he would be torn apart
God.
for like, racial insensitivity.
Get out of town with this right now. Get
Look
the
up
fuck
the link
out
in the show notes. Look at him as Genghis Khan with that mustache and everything.
I wish I could.
Like, what's he saying? Like, I'm gonna take over the entire East, baby. That'll be the day.
What was his voice?
Yeah,
what was the voice he
know.
did in that?
Genghis, you're never gonna take our city. That'll be the day.
That'll be the day. Oh man, that's great.
I read that there's like a shit ton of descendants from Genghis Khan alive. Like
he had a lot of kids.
He had an insane amount of kids.
Oh man,
wasn't he similar to like
too much? Get a load of that, Travis. They gave him the mustache and everything. It's like it's ridiculous.
What are they thinking?
What were they thinking?
That's so.
They didn't think about it that way.
Though, in the face, I can kind of see a Mongolian-ish looking dude.
Well, like we put on Cozy TV for Cubby when we leave sometimes. Or we just turn it on in the house, watch it in the afternoon sometimes. Little House on the Prairie is on a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And
I know somebody from that show.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. His name is Alonzo. The character is Alonzo in Little House on the Prairie. His name is, his name's completely escaping me. He works at Golf Channel.
Oh, wait. I remember this story, I think. Is that Elizabeth's drinking apparatus? He's sticking a pen in the straw.
It needs to be cleaned anyways.
She's not going to clean it. She's just going to sip out of that pen straw now.
It's just a pen.
But anyway, side note, finish my story.
Almanzo. I called him Alonzo. Almanzo. Sorry, keep going.
Anyway, just speaking of this like whitewashing or whatever of races, there was like native, like the dad, the family was trapped in a snowstorm. They had no food. The dad had to go out. And, he found a deer. He put it on his shoulder. He's trying to find his way back home, and he collapsed in the snowstorm. And this Indian, quote unquote, came up and saved him. It was definitely just some old white dude with a big nose and a wig, And they made sure to zoom right in to the face and right to the eyes and basically just right onto his nose and like, see? He's an Indian. See that big nose?
God.
He's an Indian. And then he took his head off and he had like braids, but there's clearly a wig. And you're like, there's got to be one around. Just cast one of them.
Times have changed. It's like when you watch stuff like that, you're like, oh man. Dean Butler. His name's Dean Butler. He's a producer for
That's a good name.
Yeah, for that show Faraday. He runs the Little House on the Prairie fan page online.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so he still does.
You should go comment something
They're
on
called,
there. Say, hey, talked about you on our podcast.
Yeah, Little House on the Prairie fans are called bonnet heads.
Bonnet heads. Hey, I'm a bonnet head.
Yeah, there you go.
You should go on there now and
like
and
Ashley's
comment.
mom loved Almanzo, and like when she found out that I've interacted with him. I've hung out with him, like had dinner with him and stuff and everything. But I never really was like a huge Little House on the Prairie like fan,
Yeah.
But I knew of Little House on the Prairie. But
what's the storyline?
Did you ever get like an autograph for your mom or anything like that?
No, I should get an autograph for Ashley's mom though. She would like.
Oh yeah, for Ashley's mom.
She would probably.
You should do that for Christmas.
Oh,
for
but
Christmas.
here's the best part about this story. So I told Ashley that I work with Dean Butler, who's on Little House on the Prairie, and so Ashley told her mom, she's like, oh my God, Almanzo, that's great. She's like, wait, I thought Almanzo was gay and died of HIV. I was like, oh my God.
Wow,
and
that's
so,
misconstrued.
I was like, I gotta tell somebody at Golf Channel this story because it's so funny. I was like, nope, he's very much alive and well.
He's alive and well.
He's married and
living in the suburbs.
He's not died. But
yeah, the story. What is the story? Isn't it something sort of like a Brady Bunch type situation? Like, one of the parents isn't the actual parent.
I think so, something like that.
Like either the dad has 3 girls and the mom, a lady comes to live with them as the wife, or vice versa. The mom and 3 kids comes to live with the dad. Or I might be thinking of another story, but I think that's right. And so anyway, it's just like backwoods adventures.
Yeah.
Interesting. It always seemed really boring to me.
It's
Kelly
an
loves it.
adaptation
It's definitely,
of
like
a series of
story.
books.
Yeah, definitely.
Laura Ingalls Wilder.
Yeah.
Didn't they make a movie of it too? I feel like there was a movie.
Maybe. Premise. Here we go.
Was there ever a tornado?
I think what it was is the dad has the 3 girls and
Little
maybe
House
the
on
mom
the
died.
Prairie usually concern members of the Ingalls family who live in a small farm near the village of Walnut Grove, Minnesota. Many episodes concern the maturation of the family's second daughter, Laura.
She does the narration, I think, on the TV show. And it's weird. They must have done the show for a long time because she was like a little girl for most of the episodes we saw, and then all of a sudden one day she was like the school teacher. I'm like, whoa, how long did this show go?
The show's
9 seasons.
Central characters are Charles Ingalls, his wife Caroline, and their 4 daughters, Mary, Laura, Carrie, and Grace, though the family expands with the addition of adopted son Albert in season 5 and adopted siblings Cassandra and James at the end of season 7. So it wasn't until later on that they sort of expanded. But
maybe I'm thinking of a different story. Hashtag me in the comments if you know what I'm thinking about, where like like a dad with girls sends off for like a school teacher to become the wife and mother.
Yeah.
I've read that book when I was younger. Something like that.
The Brady Bunch of Crunch.
There you go. Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't the movie. It was okay. Ashley and I had rewatched the original, like the made-for-TV 3-hour deal, and I remember as a kid being like really scared.
Yeah.
But like watching it now, it's like it's so cheesy, it's so funny. It's hilarious, kind of. But that it still has its moments. But they basically, the premise of the new one is, in the original they do sort of like they start with the adults, they do these like flashbacks to the kids growing up,
right? And
this one just follows the kids' story, and so that's kind of cool. I liked that idea, but it's like that just it's kind of an easy thing. It's kind of like Force Awakens in a way. No, it's a softball kind of thing. It's like, oh, get rid of the flashbacks, follow the kids, way more interesting and compelling. So you have like sort of like a Stand By Me kind of thing, which is kind of what it felt like they were doing in the original, but it was more in like flashbacks. Oh, and way more graphic because this was a movie. It was rated R. A lot more like gratuitous violence towards kids, which was kind of surprising. I was like, oh man.
I heard some people commenting on that. Apparently the book was like that too. Like
That's what I was wondering.
Right.
Like, I was wondering if like they were going more true to the book in terms of that stuff. I know there's one specific detail of the book, which I didn't know this, but apparently in the book, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, hashtag me in the show notes. I think there's a not so much a gangbang scene.
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
exactly what I heard everyone commenting
there's an orgy
on.
scene.
There's an orgy scene with like the girl in the woods with
10
all the
pages
boys.
in the sewers.
Or in the sewers, yeah. So it's like, because the girl apparently in the book is molested by her father, which they hint at in both movies.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I guess apparently she's like, this is how, you know, she's like, in the book, apparently she's like, I love all you guys, and this is how I know how to show you how I love you all. And so, like, who's first? And they all took turns, like, having sex with her.
Is that in the movie?
No.
I needed a friend like
Spoiler
that.
alert, it's
You
not in there.
You try to push the envelope, make it R rating, and you don't put it in the orgy scene.
You rip a kid's arm off, and you're not going to put that in there? Come on.
Come on. We want to see the true reality of life in it.
Yeah.
No.
So,
just kidding.
yeah.
I'm going to go to an orgy in the woods.
In the sewer. Yeah. Would you do an orgy in the sewer and you're
in the gray water?
10 years old?
Maybe if there's a clown that's killing people and scaring the hell out of me, I'd
be like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'd be like, let's just do this. Fuck the clown. Let's just hang out here and do this.
Fuck the clown, but don't fuck the clown.
Don't butt fuck the clown.
But fuck the clown.
Butt fuck the clown. But don't butt fuck the clown.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you know, it was a thing. It was a thing to go see. I wasn't like, you know, I was like,
hey, if you're scared of clowns, hashtag us in the comments.
This is it.
But, and also, like, I felt like, I don't know, it's like, especially a lot of times with movies these days, like, I feel like some of the effects you see in movies just feel like a plug-in in After Effects. And you're just like, oh, all right. Like, they do like a shaky cam kind of thing, or like, it's like, this is just like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Just felt cheap, I guess. But
yeah.
But yeah, and then like other things felt kind of forced. Like there's a house at the end of the street, doesn't fit the neighborhood at all. It looks like a Disney house.
It's the scary house, Trevor.
It's exactly what it is. It's the Disney scary house, and it's just like, come on, like that's just ridiculous. Like,
come on, it's Old Man Clement's house.
Make it match the neighborhood and make it creepy as hell. You know, like make it just run down. You know, it's like, yeah, it's exactly what it is. Old Man Clement's house.
It's like, looks like the house from the Munsters or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the house, like, is it at Disney where, like, they have, like, the Bates Motel and, like, the Bates house? It kind of looks like the Bates house a lot. Like,
yeah, Norman Bates' house. Same type of deal, like those wooden shingles. And
yep, it was so funny. Oh, and the other thing that was weird was, like, the kid from Stranger Things is in it, the lead from
yeah,
Stranger
got to
Things.
cash in on that.
He's in it, and so there's, like, that's kind of funny.
The 80s are coming back, Trevor. Don't you know?
I know. He plays the character of Richie, who's like the smart mouth kid in the original. He's like redhead ginger kid in the original. But it was kind of distracting for me, honestly, because I just see him as such a lead character in Stranger Things that I feel like it takes away from the lead in the film. But like I felt like the lead in the film was weak because of that.
Did the kid actors do a good job?
Yeah, I mean they did a pretty decent job. There's like a couple of the kids who I thought were like pretty good. I was like, oh man, these kids are like pretty great. But yeah, for the most part they did okay. Like the lead character, I thought his initial portrayal, like starting out, it's similar to the original. You know how like they start with Georgie and Bill, and like he's making him the little sailboat. And so like you sort of first meet Bill and you realize Bill has a stutter and whatever. And so like when I feel like his performance was kind of weak, the Bill character in that first part. But
do they call him Bill as a kid?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Bill.
You
did do your homework, Bill.
Bill's a weird name for a kid.
Hey,
I knew a Bill.
My dad's name is Bill.
Sorry, Bill. Did they call him Bill when he was a kid or William?
He didn't have a name as a kid. He became Bill when he was a dad.
Yeah. That's what it should be. It's like,
I think they called him
when you're a kid,
Billy.
Yeah, Billy, Will.
Your name's William, and then you become a dad. Here's your dad name, Bill.
Yeah.
Willie Bill. Willie B.
Willie B.
Like your dad's name is Robert. Like,
yeah.
Maybe
Robbie.
Robbie.
What do you go as a kid? What do you go as?
Is he just always Bob?
No, he wasn't always probably Rob.
Bobby.
I think he went as Rob or Robert.
Robert, Bob. And then Dad.
Bobby.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
he went
Yeah,
by Bobby.
Bill.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby's. Yeah.
Bob. I remember when I went to college, people started calling me Phil more. You know, and like Dr. Phil was on the TV, and it just seemed like an adult name.
Mm-hmm.
But I got used to it, and I called my mom, and she said, "Hello, who is this?" And I said, "It's Phil," and she said, "Who?" She wasn't used to me being called that.
That's funny.
Speaking of childhood actors, that kid from
Blank Check.
Blank Check looks pretty rough.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, because we just recently rewatched Blank Check, it's a great movie. I think the writing's great. It's got you sit there and you go like,
You have a water slide from your bed to your pool. That's great.
yeah, as a kid, like watching that movie, you're like, oh man, this is awesome. But it's
every childhood dream.
It's funny. We looked it up on the internet. Like somebody broke down like the amount of money he spent.
It's way more, I think.
Well, it actually wasn't that bad because here's the thing. He's in Indiana. And so like in terms of property value, like that house was like around, $300,000, which like if it were like, on the water or like down in South Florida,
is that,
like whatever, like,
is that 80s prices? Or
yeah.
prices?
I think it was like, back then. So like
90s prices.
he was over budget. There was I think they figured
out
he was
put it
like
on credit cards.
Yeah, they figured out
he's in debt.
They figured out I think it was like $79,000 over debt. That was over budget before the party. Like he spent $1,079,000 before he even had the party.
Maybe he did some investments along the way.
Yeah.
I should make a sequel like
grows wealth.
But yeah,
that
kid, he's a child actor, one of those child actors gone wrong. Yeah. It's just like, that sucks.
Child fame didn't sit well with him. We looked him up.
Yeah, because he's great. He's great in that movie.
He's got a neck tattoo. He looks pretty rough.
I didn't realize this, but the woman in it, I think her name's Shay. Is her character's name? Do you know what else she's from?
I don't really remember many. All I remember is the water slide into the pool.
But you remember he had a crush on a girl at the bank, and then he started talking to her, and then he invited her. Mr. McIntosh wanted to meet her, and she kind of like. So that's also funny because he's like technically 12 or 13 maybe, and at one point she kisses him on the lips in the movie. Just like, hey man, a 13-year-old boy.
Baby.
But it's like, this is a little strange. She's in Dumb and Dumber. She's the girl with mental, the bad guy in Dumb and Dumber. She's like, come on, let me whack him.
Oh, cool.
You need to lay down on the front seat.
I feel like she should have had a better career. She seemed like a good actress, and I remember her from other bit roles.
She has done some other things.
She's done a fair amount of stuff, but never really broke through.
Was she in one of those witch movies?
She definitely could be.
Who's that girl that has like the big teeth, the
Karen
black hair?
Duffy.
And is in
She's from Waterboy.
Movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her?
Vicky Valancourt. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Oh yeah, it is her. She looked different in that Dumb and Dumber.
She looks great
movie.
in Blank Check. I was like, oh man, I didn't even recognize her.
And the sequel, Bail Check 1.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. We were looking him up. He looked like he was rough. Probably went
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
As what?
Linda Otter.
Oh,
she's in Last Action Hero.
See, that was her heyday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what was it, Travis? We were looking up the Blank Check guy.
Yeah,
and we're like, they should do a sequel with him. Like he's trying to get out of jail.
Yeah.
He's got a throat tattoo.
Somebody offers him another blank check, and it's Bail Check 1.
Bail Check 1
is the sequel to Blank Check.
So stupid.
Or it's more of a spin-off movie, and it might he might be playing his real self. Like in the movie, he would be the actor from that movie. And it'd be called Bail Check 1. And the biggest fan of Blank Check would give him a blank check, and he would be like, what are you going to use it for? Bond me out of jail.
Yeah.
Bond Check 1.
I look forward to seeing what comes the sequel, Bail Check 2.
Bail Check 2.
How do you get back?
How do you get back to jail?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking Darren Aronofsky was up there.
I know.
He
was up
rough.
there with.
He needs plugs. Looks like
J-Law.
Steve Jobs on the back end.
But back to it though. Apparently,
Hopefully not.
I think it's probably going to be like a trilogy kind of thing, because like.
Oh yeah, they learned that from Peter Jackson.
It seems like they set it up since they're only following one storyline. It just
is it like a 2-hour movie?
Makes sense. Yeah, 2 hours and 15.
What do they do in between that time?
What?
Like, because I remember the.
Oh
movie
yeah, because
just
it's like every
cuts.
27 years.
Oh right.
So they go off and they become successful people. They leave the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see what the roles what their
adult counterpart's going to be.
Yeah.
They shouldn't make another movie till 27 years later and it's all the same cast.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Like Boyhood.
Yeah. Exactly.
How long? Maybe it's been 27 years since the original It came out.
Interesting though. Kind of busy for Stephen King because Dark Tower and this came out.
Yeah.
I heard Dark Tower.
Both average movies.
Yeah, both
movies.
just kind of
Although I had never seen them, so I'm prejudging completely.
Yeah.
There's a reason he writes books and not movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard he started muddling with the made-for-TV remake, The Shining one.
Really?
Like that's the one he's happy with.
Yeah. Of course he is. Yeah.
And it's just god awful.
Yeah.
Some things just don't translate.
The Shining and Misery were like the best, I feel like, adaptations.
Misery is a good movie.
I always liked one called The Langoliers, but it's
I remember The Langoliers. I guarantee you that doesn't hold up anymore.
No
I don't
way.
remember what that is.
Those things that were like eating the earth.
Yeah, like these people get on a plane and then the plane goes through a thunderstorm and ends up in like the middle of nowhere basically, and then there's things that look like Pac-Man just eat existence away.
Yeah, I was like excited for
Weird.
that one.
They'll probably redo that one.
Mm-hmm. I saw one called like Midnight Flyer. Did anyone see that?
Mm-mm.
That was a scary one.
Speaking of reboots, they're rebooting Flatliners.
Oh, I know.
Kiefer Sutherland movie. Which
Looks bad.
Where they're all doctors and they basically, they kill themselves and then bring them back, so they can experience what the afterlife is. And then
you did 1 minute, I'm doing 2.
Yeah.
Put me down for 3 minutes. I'm going 4. This is in the trailer. And they're like, 7 minutes. And they're like, 7? Nobody's ever done 7 minutes.
7 minutes in heaven? So clever.
No one's ever done 7 minutes and come back.
That's funny.
We've opened a door.
Yeah.
This is the real trailer you're listening to here.
Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah. They just need to stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Just make some
Make new shit.
stuff. Let's see
Make
it.
new shit. You can't make a movie nowadays unless it's got, been pre-proven to like have an audience of some kind.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or unless you're Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. But there's some good movies coming up. Mother just came out. There's Blade Runner, Star Wars in December. What else?
Stay tuned for all your
Did y'all ever see
movie
the
magic news.
The Kingsman movie?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good.
I saw the first one. Did the second one come out yet?
It's coming out soon.
Cool.
Soon. I liked the first one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I liked at the end
camera.
when the lady who was captured.
Oh yeah.
He was about to go off and save her anyway, by the way. And she was like, "Hey, wait, come back." He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "If you rescue me, you can do it in the butt."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "What did that line come? Where did that come from?" Completely out of left field.
Yeah.
But talk about motivation.
Speaking of motivation,
to succeed,
Is it time to see what's going on with Travis's wife?
Sure. What's going on?
She was doing some live videos.
She managed to dodge the hurricane.
All right, why don't you introduce this one?
Yeah. Where's your phone?
This is What's Going On with Travis's Wife, where we take a deep delve into what's going on with Travis's wife, the famous, the one and only Emily Ratajkowski. Ratajkowski.
How do you say her name?
Ratajkowski.
Ratajkowski.
Well, her maiden name is Ratajkowski, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, her maiden name, right.
This looks like this is a pretty good one.
So were you at that
photo shoot?
Were you at that ball with her?
No, I
Travis,
stayed back and protected the house during the hurricane.
Did she get lip fillers?
No.
I wondered about that too.
I mean, There's some that fills her lips.
Travis?
Oh,
Travis?
baby.
She's got some lip fillers, but they fill Travis's lips. You gotta make this interesting. Tell us the story.
Yeah.
I don't know what I got.
What's going
She's
on?
got this beret on.
She's been out of town, traveling and doing stuff.
Okay.
You know, the more we talk to you about your wife, I just don't know if this is real.
I don't think it's gonna work out.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I just, Trevor, what do you think? I think he's trying to pull the wool over our eyes. The stories never sound convincing.
Yeah.
There's not enough detail.
No. Yeah, I know.
About the shape, curves,
she
smell
never
of her
comes
body.
into the office, you know.
She
he never talks
comes
to her
the
on the
office.
phone.
Never talks to her on the phone.
If I like this photo of her.
Never text her.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that one.
It doesn't look like her.
No.
Well, you know, that's what's funny is like when models or something, they go out, they're like, I'm going to be this today. And they like, you know, 1 minute she has bangs and the next she doesn't. I'm like, how does that even happen?
Yeah.
Was it a wig? Were those like clip-on bangs? You know, and then, or like, I'm going to be goth tonight. I'm going to go out, or like, I'm going to be like, that looks kind of like a 90s businesswoman hairdo, you know? It's like, I'm going to be 90s businesswoman chic tonight. Straight hair. It's
this
just
reminds me of like...
They go all...
It seems like they're constantly surrounded by like stylists. And
yeah. Probably kind of fun. You always look different. And you always look your best.
I like her profile photo the best, too, I think.
Look up Travis's profile photo.
Travis's profile photo?
Yeah.
Of what?
On Instagram.
What are you, JT Insta?
JT Instagram.
Oh, the shirt. We coordinated that day.
JT Instagram. You're hard to find in a quick search here.
You had to say GHR, like his name.
Oh,
JTINSTAGHRAM.
Anyway, I thought it'd be easier. I thought, are you signed in? I thought.
I don't know, because it's only like good for the phone. So when I go on the internet, you know.
Anyway, he has matching shirts. He has a green shirt. She has a pink shirt. They're like both baseball tees.
Oh, that's funny. Instagram. Well, that's what's going on with Travis's wife.
Modeling and shit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Living it up.
Keeping it real.
Living it up
but
in the
completely fake
living
at the same
loca.
time.
Yeah.
Hashtag us in the comments.
Oh,
there
yeah,
he
there
is. To see they got matching shirts.
Oh, yeah. Let's look her up. That's adorable. Did you do
Were
that on
y'all
purpose?
together when y'all were wearing those, matching on the same day?
Mm-hmm. We bought them at the same time.
Where'd you buy them?
Old Navy.
Nice.
Which
I didn't
one?
know she was
Here
an
in
Old Navy
town?
girl.
No, it was one in New York.
Oh, cool. What street is that on?
4th.
I don't know if he's selling it to the...
I know, you can just throw out a number.
Hashtag us in the comment if there's a Old Navy on 4th in Manhattan.
I feel like upon further inspection, this is just a pink shirt. Fully.
Don't ruin my theory here. It's like backward. It looked like it was it looks like a baseball team.
It did, yeah. I mean, because this, yeah, I mean.
What color is the dress? Remember that?
Yeah.
That thing was so fun.
Man, I saw gold and blue.
I saw black and blue. I think
I don't remember what I saw.
Or I saw gold and black or whatever it was.
I saw whatever it wasn't, I think.
No, you saw what it was. You both saw what it was, if I remember right. And I saw gold and white or gold and black, whatever it wasn't.
Yeah.
Y'all saw blue and... No, blue and black, gold and white?
It was a hot button issue.
Yeah, something like that.
That dress.
It's cool that like science can describe rods and cones and why this happens, but nobody could like create an image.
Yeah.
Like you can, like no scientist said, okay, like for example, here's an image that everyone will not be able to tell what it is. And then, but it has to like organically sort of be made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of cool.
It is cool. Well, anybody got anything else?
Speaking of organically made, this entire thing is forced. And it's about time we come to an end.
I'm surprised we've gone on this long.
Yeah, me too.
Wow. I thought we were going to be at like 30 minutes, to be honest.
Me too. What time? How long have we gone?
I think about an hour. Yeah. What's happening here?
Well, it was a good one.
Yeah.
Number 11, folks. You know, in a way, I couldn't have reached episode 10 any better way. You know, no stress. We led up completely to episode 10, only to realize we had already passed the milestone.
We broke right through it, you know? We blew the doors off it. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come.
Yep.
You know?
So we're fully on the internet now.
Fully on there.
Even though we're not, but we
Coming
will
to
be.
a computer near you.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very soon. So,
all right.
Yeah. Thanks
for tuning in. I'm Philip Shuck.
I'm Trevor Cruz.
And I'm Travis Ingram.
And you just listened to the Lazy Lion Podcast. Let's get a